السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد. My dear brothers and sisters, we want to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His favor on this day, as we ask Allah for His favor and His blessings in our lives every single day. Whomsoever Allah guides, truly guided. But whomsoever Allah allows to go astray, there is none that can guide them. I bear witness that there is no God worthy of worship except Allah alone. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His slave and final message. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the good of this day, the blessings which may be found in this day, and we ask Allah to help us to build up and to build a strong Islamic identity and character. Why is it important that we build our character? Because on the day of judgment, we will be judged accordingly. Every single deed, whether good or bad, will be presented in front of us. And we will have to deal with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and provide explanations to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah be glorified for everything that we have done. There is not a penny that we will earn except that Allah will call us to account regarding it. Where we earned that money and how we spent that money. Every single cent. My dear respected brothers and sisters, on the day of judgment, as the Prophet Muhammad has informed us, Allah will bring the scale in His hand. And on that scale, our good deeds will be weighed against our evil deeds. And whosoever good deeds outweighs their evil deeds, then certainly they will be from among the people of paradise. Allahumma ja'alna minhum. Oh Allah, we ask you to make us from among the people of paradise. Ameen. But whosoever evil deeds outweigh their good deeds, then they will be from among the people of the fire. A'udhu billahi min dhalik. And we seek protection in Allah from anything. The Prophet ﷺ has informed us that the most heaviest of good deeds to be placed on the scale on the day of judgment are those deeds which are connected to our good character, to our good behavior. So it is extremely important that we do deeds for Allah's sake, with sincerity and ikhlas, and that every statement that we make is one that is worthy of making, so that we are not regretful on the day of judgment. As the Prophet Muhammad salawatullahi wasallamu alayhi said, Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir, whosoever believes in Allah and the last day, فَلْيَقُلْ خَيْرًا أَوْ لِيَصْمُتْ. Let him say a word that is good or remain silent. We're going to continue our lesson from the book مداواة النفوس والأخلاق السياق, from the great Andalusian scholar Ibn Hazm rahimahullah. And as I have mentioned, this book is available at nafsinwahida.org. The Shaykh rahimahullah, he said, whoever seeks virtue keeps the company of only the righteous. Let that jumla, let that sentence sit with you for a moment. For it is the judge for what you are truly seeking in life. As is often said, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. You know, the billionaires of the world, they do not mingle with people like you and me, quote unquote, poor people. Billionaires hang out with billionaires and play golf with billionaires and go on their yachts with their friends. Fishermen hang and are around other fishermen. And so, if you are an individual who is seeking virtue, and we have mentioned in the previous episodes, what is the meaning of virtue? Seeking knowledge, which benefits, seeking good deeds, then you will only surround yourself with the righteous, with the salihin. But if you are seeking other than virtue, many of us who may say, oh no, we desire the good and we only seek to do the good deeds, but we find around you people who are no good. We find around you people who do not share that those morals which Islam has taught us, and that adab, that behavior which Islam has ingrained in each and every one of us, and raised upon, if we were raised on goodness. So the Shaykh is calling you to examine the people who are the nearest to you. So if you truly seek virtue, if you truly seek to be a man or woman of taqwa, piety, a man or woman of great ikhlas, a man or woman who is salih, who is righteous, then you should only keep the company of the righteous. The Shaykh, he continues and he says, on one's path to virtue and righteousness, one should accompany the noble friend. This brings to mind the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, may peace and blessings be upon him, in which he said a famous hadith which is mashhur. Everyone has heard this hadith, but how many of us are acting upon it and judging by it? The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ar-rajulu ala dini khalilihi." The individual is upon the religion of his friend. The man is upon the religion of his friend. The woman is upon the religion of her friend. Ar-rajulu ala dini khalilihi. فَلْيَنْظُرْ. So look and examine. أَحَدُكُمْ. Each and every one of you should look and examine. مَنْ يُخَالِلُ. مَنْ يُخَالِلُ. The one whom you take as a friend. So every individual is upon the religion of his friend or her friend. So examine each and every one of you who you take as friends. When we look at the life of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we found that before he declared the message of Islam, he was surrounded by good. His best friends before Islam was Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. And we know who Abu Bakr was. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not keep the company of the wicked and unjust, but he kept good company before Islam. Likewise, it is important that we sit and we examine the people who are around us and the friends who we are interacting with on a daily basis. If you know that there are people who are not good, then they will affect you. You could have the most righteous souls and intentions, but you will be affected by those who are around you. But this is the human condition. So it is very important that we replace friends with better friends. That does not mean that we cut people off, that we stop talking to people because they are bad or because they do not uh, give or place in our lives benefit. But what it means is that we begin to distance ourselves away by busying ourselves with that which will bring about Allah's pleasure. Meaning leaving such bad company to sit in the halaqatul dhikr, sit in the where the lectures are being given. We leave our homes and we go to the masjid for the Friday khutbatul Jumu'ah, the Friday sermons. We begin to chat and begin to visit those websites, which will bring benefit. We listen to lectures over the internet and begin to make new friends. It is extremely important, my dear brothers and sisters, for these friends that we are willing to go to the ends of the earth for on this day, in this on the day of judgment, they will flee from you and they will run from you. Every individual will only care about themselves. And the proof of this is that the people will run to the prophets and messengers on the day of judgment, and each and every one of them will say, Nafsi, nafsi, myself, myself. All of the people of the world will run to Adam alayhi salam, asking for his shafa'ah and his intercession. And Adam alayhi salam will say, Nafsi, nafsi, myself, myself. I am busy with myself on this day. Don't have any time for you. They will run to Musa, they will run to Ibrahim, they will run to Nuh alayhi salam. And they will all say, Nafsi, nafsi, except illa Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam will intercede on the behalf of his ummah. But this highlights the fact that the people whom we hold near and dear flee from us on the day of judgment and will escape us. So it is important that we around us good friends so that we have on the day of judgment when we are standing before Allah waiting for judgment. The Shaykh, he continues and he says, one who offers good advice is righteous, truthful, and generous in his dealings. The one who offers good advice is truthful, righteous, and generous in his dealings. So whosoever desires wealth, fame, and worldly pleasures should keep the company of the wild dogs and the vicious foxes. So the Shaykh, he's explaining that the people who are trying to be righteous in their life should only keep the company of the righteous. And whosoever seeking worldly fame and desires, then no company befits them better than the wild dogs and the foxes. Because this is the life of the wealthy and the famous. It is a life of treachery. It is a life of grief and worry. My dear brothers and sisters, each and every one of us have heard stories and read the headlines of those who were millionaires or who had all of the fame in the world, yet and still they committed suicide. Or they are on drugs. This proves that seeking nothing but wealth and fame will only lead to the destruction of the human being and the individual, and this is why we should not seek out wealth and fame. Rather, we should seek out Allah's pleasure, seek out righteousness, good, being truthful, helping the poor, giving for the needy. If we do these things and fame comes to us, then it is Allah's grace. If we travel a path of righteousness and fame and fortune comes to us, then this is a ni'mah from Allah, a blessing from Allah. But if we seek out fame in and of itself, or seek out wealth in and of itself, then we are only setting ourselves up for destruction. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us content. We ask Allah to help us to keep the company of the good, so that we may be with the good on the day of judgment. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
ITV, Call of Peace, Save Humanity.